The US has agreed to restore military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine after Kyiv accepted a 30-day ceasefire proposal in its conflict with Russia. The truce, backed in a joint statement after talks in Saudi Arabia, would cover the entire front line and the Black Sea. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy welcomed the move, while US President Donald Trump expressed hope that Russia would also agree. The US also revived a rare earth minerals deal with Ukraine, aiming to strengthen Ukraine's economy and long-term security. This is what Ukraine said.
Україна готова прийняти у разі, якщо Росія буде згодна на це, зробити як перший крок перемир'я на 30 днів для того, щоб почати дійсно готувати якийсь вже більш важливий документ, готувати перемовини про всі деталі, які необхідно узгодити для того, щоб дійсно Україна закінчила цю війну справедливим миром, Україна отримала гарантії.
Була пропозиція саме американської сторони зробити перший крок одразу далі. І на 30 днів спробувати встановити повне припинення вогню. Не тільки щодо ракет, дронів і бомб, не тільки у Чорному морі, а також по всій лінії фронту. Україна сприймає цю пропозицію. Ми вважаємо це позитивним. Ми готові зробити такий крок. Сполучені Штати Америки мають переконати Росію зробити це.
We're now joined by Dr. Sergei Dvoryanov, Director of Communication with BCMF BRICS Culture Media Forum, to discuss this further. Dr. Dvoryanov, how does it feel to see the Ukrainians now engaging in positive ways with the US? Marco Rubio now says that the ball is now truly in Russia's court in these negotiations. Hello, Dr. Dvoryanov. Please, may you unmute.
Thank you so much for your question. Yes, we will see what will happen in the next few days, how the world leaders will observe to this situation. Especially, we can see that according to the position of United States, according to the mindset of Donald Trump, it should be not like a short peacemaking agreement between Ukraine and Russia. It should be a permanent peace, which will be based on some principles. Like come again to the Minsk agreement. All points of Minsk agreement was signature of it were signatures of all leaders of European countries. All points was broken, and right now we can see that we should negotiate on the level of understanding which situation we have on ground, and we should also definitely put our attention to the will of the nations of eastern part of Ukraine. I mean Russian-speaking population, which already joined, they did some referendum, and they chose to be joined to Russia. That's why we will see what will happen in future, but I'm expecting if we'll start with this peace negotiation, it should be a very principled dialogue. That's why I completely believe that we should involve to this peacemaking dialogue not only politicians, but also scientists, experts, opinion leaders, social leaders, spiritual leaders. It should be synergy. It should be real peacemaking dialogue, not only just private decision of somebody who is not responsible for the future.
Dr. Dvoryanov, we've seen the US, a change in US foreign policy. We've seen the US side with Russia at the UN. Do you expect the US to be on, to have crafted a deal with Ukraine that accepts some of these concessions? What do you expect of this 30-day truce? And do you think Russia might see some movement in it?
First of all, Donald Trump, he already improved. He already confirms that he's a leader who can break down stereotypes. For example, have a look for the example of India. India, in the 20th century, Mahatma Gandhi started with this non-violence movement, right? And he bring freedom and independence to India, not because he increased violence, but he increased some ahimsa. That's why Donald Trump, same mindset, he broke down these stereotypes about Russia. He completely confirmed that he respect our mission, historical mission. That's why, come to your question, I don't think that our position will be changed because of the American policy or Ukrainian policy or European policy. We already announced what we want to do. It's very clear.
Yes.
And it was without any double standards, you see? That's why we only just moving to our aim, to our goal. Nothing will change our goal.
Ukrainian intelligence sharing with the US has now officially been resumed. Does this mean that like a deal is never off the table with Donald Trump, given the sour previous relations that we saw literally a week ago? How does this feel moving forward with Ukraine and US relations? And do you think that these tensions might be repaired in some sort of way?
First of all, we can see even the history of America. A lot of presidents were killed, right? That's why it's not something new. That's why for Donald Trump, even still until now, he has some challenger. This is not opinion actually. I spoke with my British colleague, and he shared his fear, his thoughts that European politicians, because all of them right now in the conspiracy, they completely afraid that it will be start an investigation about that corruption with the supply weapons and others. That's why Donald Trump, of course, he has some opposition inside his country and outside his country. Sometimes he should be do some actions like a diplomat. We will see. Of course, military lobby of USA very, very strong. Nobody can refuse this point of reality. Of course, they are very strong. We will see what about this intelligence services and instruments of America, what will happen. But it will not change our position. We should completely understand, because we have this aim, our historical mission, and we should complete this mission. It's very simple.
Dr. Sergei Dvoryanov, thank you very much for joining us.